forward. What's up, everybody? Daniel Allison, the average dude, along with my cousin,
Winny.
Jennifer Watkins, Winny.
Yeah.
We do this every single week, and it's so much fun, and we've got a great episode coming at you. Do not go anywhere. This is going to be a lot of fun today. Right, Jenny?
Oh, Daniel, you even have to ask? Of course.
I do. I have to ask. I have to decide where your energy is so that we can.
My energy's up here, okay?
Oh, nice.
Always up here. And, just before we got on, you and I were both having a little age crisis.
Yes.
I'm having to lean back because I can't see. And then I need my glasses, and I'm like, and I can't put my glasses on because I'm like, oh, man, that's blurry. So.
In the last year, Jenny, from us doing this, I can, what used to be clear from this distance is no longer clear.
Me too.
So the eyes, they are failing me.
I know. So, I mean, you've always had worse vision, maybe.
I've always had. I started wearing glasses in the first grade, and those glasses were
E.T. E.T. the extraterrestrial. Now I'm telling you what.
E.T. glasses in the first grade. You must
have reached the epitome of coolness in the first grade.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say at that point, your cousins, which would be, my older brother.
Yeah.
Your brother.
Yes.
They never picked on you about that.
Oh my goodness. They picked on me about everything though. So the ET glasses, that was an easy one.
Yeah. I think the things that would bother you back then, now it would be kind of nice. Just you're like, well, I am the youngest one. So, ha, ha, ha.
Yes.
It's like, I don't want the kiddie menu.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I'll tell you the other thing, me and somebody were talking about, you always wanted to be, have bigger muscles, be bigger. You get to be our age. I'd rather be thin, right? And not have to deal with all the health consequences, but not growing up.
I have to say that didn't really ever hit me that I wanted to be bigger.
Yeah. No, I didn't think so. That
was a whole other ball game for me. I hit my peak growth at the age of 13. So,
but we're hard on ourselves, aren't we?
Yes.
I mean, humans in general, us.
Yes.
I mean, and I feel bad for these kids growing up. All the social media, everybody. Don't compare yourself. Don't judge, and then that's exactly what the world is. It's made up of comparison and judging. And so, yikes, not going to be easy.
Look who's here.
Look at him all the way from Boston.
Boston Joe.
You're getting old, Daniel. Go with it. Enjoy life. And Winny by your side is priceless. I agree. She has put together another set of questions. Who wants to be a millionaire? If you didn't see it last week, we did that for the first time. That was a lot of fun. So we decided that we're going to do it again.
Oh yeah. I mean, last week was, so much fun.
Yeah.
You know what? It was, I just want to give you a little commendation, Daniel.
Okay. Oh, good.
Okay. Because usually you're like, oh, how you are about, oh, I don't, I just think that you went with it. You're like, I don't care. Ask me the question. If I know it, I know it. If I don't, I don't.
Oh, yeah. Well, now, that is generally speaking the way that I operate. There are times that we all want to protect our little ego and the sense of self. Oh, if I get something wrong, then I'm going to look bad. They're going to know that I don't know.
I know.
And that makes us scared.
I don't know. And I don't want that. Hey, by the way, they still have your ET glasses. Could you get them in your possession and maybe we
Dang it! See, this is why you get the parents' support and then they say things like that. They've still got the ET glasses. I'm going to break them out. I'm going to put them on. They're brown. They've got ET on the side.
They're like tortoiseshell, I think.
And my neck actually fits the whole extraterrestrial. You know how you have to. It kind of works. But so how has your week been, Winny? Real quick.
It's been good. It's been a little,
a little hectic.
A little hectic. I feel like, have you ever, this is something that I came to the realization of, is that people in your life they say things to you like, just say something simple. Yesterday, my husband's like, hey, so-and-so said they need, a payment for such and such. I don't know the password. Now that's out of his brain and it sits in my brain. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Project just so they can get it out of their brain. And I realized I've got a big, huge load on my.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Now you can't carry it. Now you tend to, you kind of want that load, but then you don't want that load, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to take that load from others, but then you're like, whoa, I took too many loads from other people.
Yeah. And then they just start spewing it out when it's unsolicited. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. It got real cold. You remember it was warm here in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and then it got cold.
Goodness, yes.
Yeah. So this
Also,
morning,
I went on a field trip with a bunch of second graders.
did you?
I did.
Where'd y'all go?
We went to Skytop Apple Orchard. And let me just tell you this. Graham is still 7. And he's introduced me to Eleanor, who he just thinks he might marry. And I'm like, I think you won't. And he's like, I will. And I said, no.
That's awfully early for a crush, but I think we all had it.
No. Also, I would like to say that I think I'm a pretty cool person, but I was just the grandma there. Nobody cared. They didn't care. It was Jenny Winny. It could have been anybody. They didn't care.
No, they didn't notice you from your big LinkedIn show?
No.
That's incredible. You mean to tell me you went to an apple orchard and they didn't say not one thing about the show?
I just don't even like bringing it up, Daniel.
That's tough.
Okay, thanks for saying it. How was your week?
It was good. We ran this morning. It was, like I say, it was super cold. It always gets tougher to do those morning workouts when it's dark and cold. You got a little frost on the windshield. So that was the reminder of what's coming. These next few months are always tough, but it's always worth it. The coffee's always a little warmer after that. Let's see what else happened. I've been having these songs. You know how these songs will bring back memories? We've talked about that before. And I keep thinking back to that Family Ties song. What did you think? At this moment.
Yeah.
That song.
Theme song, but you're talking about in the show.
In the show, yeah. That was when he went to stop her at the train station. I guess she was going to New York to pursue acting. You remember that episode?
Yeah.
And they played that song. I thought, I don't know, that song played and it immediately took me back to that.
Bruce Hornsby in the Range.
Is that who sang that?
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Hornsby in the Range. So we've got a great guest today. And I was curious. I said to myself, I wonder what song because he's got great energy. His name's Mitch Sugg. You're going to meet him here shortly. He's got great energy. And I thought, I wonder what kind of music kind of gets him going, gets him energized and ready for the day. So that's going to have to be one of the many, many things that we're going to learn about our guest. Any final thoughts before we bring him on and get ready to win the $1 million?
No. I just got your game ready today.
Hey, I'm going to do the best I can. I've got Mitch to work with me. Speaking of Mitch.
Hey.
What's up, everybody? How are we?
Good morning, Mitch Sugg. Been seeing you on LinkedIn. Man, I love your content.
Thanks, man. I also ran this morning in the 36-degree weather, so they do get more difficult as I get older. Well, they're never really easy when it's 36, but we had a kindred connection this morning while we were running. So appreciate
it's
that.
Funny. It's funny. I had that kind of kindred connection. A lot of the things you talk about, I relate to. You mentioned journaling. That's something that I love to do. So I was curious, your morning routine. You get up, do you like to journal in the mornings? What's your kind of, I'm getting ready for the day and I'm the kind of, similar to me, we're both energy guys. We both kind of have to be at a certain place. How do you do it, Mitch?
It usually starts the night before. My morning starts the night before. So if I exercise or whatever I do, I try to lay out my stuff.
Me too.
Because if I don't, and I have to search for it, I'll just be like, I'm not going to exercise or I'm not going to do this. So the flip side of that is my process has been up and down and changed a million different times. But here recently, I have a 5-year journal, and it's basically 5 lines per day. And each page is a day that's going to equal 5 years. So it's from left to right. So it'll be like, what's today? The 2nd. Tomorrow will be the 3rd on the next page. But down below it is the 3rd of next year, the 3rd of 2025, the 3rd of 2026.
Oh,
And so I can see what I'm looking at over the next 5 years.
So smart.
I like that.
Generally, I don't have it on me right now. Generally, what I do is I sit down. I come from the church world, and so generally what I do is I sit down, I open up the Bible, or I read a book, and I just sit in silence. I make a great cup of coffee, and whatever I've read, I write 5 lines about. And those 5 lines are right now helping me just kind of process, and it's helping me pick out the things that matter most as I read and as I process. And it's making me write. I'm a short, punchy kind of like writer. I grew up when Twitter was like just 140 characters.
Yeah.
And
Keep it short.
so I tend to write in those types of formats as well.
Mm-hmm.
So the 5 lines have helped me process and produce. And what I hope to do is over the next 5 years is see what I've either written or accomplished or thought through, especially in the month of November. I think it's easy to put your Christmas tree up immediately after Halloween. And I just was thinking through this morning. I was thinking through like, man, I don't want to miss the season I'm in trying to get to the season that's to come later on. And so I was just quiet in the moment, present. And then what I do is I take my daughter to school and we chat, and I come back home, and sometimes when I come back home, I go for a run after I drop her off at school. So that's how it starts. I love writing.
I think that's great. I mean, it gets you into that mindset. It gets you into the frame of the day to take on the day. And I love the idea with the journaling. And if I could have been that disciplined to keep the 5 years, that's so fun to look back at.
So yeah, this is a new process for me. I have so many journals, but this has been going on now I started, it's been a month, and I will write every day, just 5 lines. And I haven't, 21 days to develop a habit, I'm there. And I think it's been good for me. Some people have asked me, like, I can't think of my day in 5 minutes, much less 5 years. And I totally get it. And that's why I just say like 5 lines. That's all. I'm not asking you to write a book. I'm not asking you to write a ton, just 5 lines.
I do have a question for both of y'all.
Yes.
I want to journal. I would like to do that. My thing is that when you're, and then we're getting to our game, Daniel. I'm sorry.
Well, no, you're fine. Keep going.
Journaling, though, it's like I feel like it's good. It's maybe therapeutic. It kind of lets you reflect. But so when you're doing it, does there need to be a constant theme? I know this is going to be a stupid question for people who do journal. They're like, "You're stupid. Why are you asking that?" I don't care, because it's like this. It's like, is it a certain theme? Does it have to be about my day? Is this my journal about what I want to accomplish, or is it just, hey, whatever, What is it? What is it you write about?
For me, it starts with like a spiritual process.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it has to be that way for everybody. It could be how my day has been. If you do it before bed at night, it could be how my day is going, or it could set up, how do I want my day to become? Mm-hmm. And so I don't think that there's a set process. I always say, do what works for you. So that's what I do. I do what works for me. I never ask anybody to do something that like, hey, do what I do, because it may not work for them.
What's the end result for everybody? Like, what's the end result of journaling? To just put your thoughts out there, just, to reflect.
Well, let's look at it this way. 5 years could eventually become a small book. Mm-hmm. It could eventually become here's what I think that we see in our society. I think that we are playing mental gymnastics every day, and we are stressed and we have anxiety and we're running everywhere.
Yep.
And when you don't capture what's going on in your head, often where it stays is in your head.
Mhm.
And when it's in your head, all it does is jumble your thought process,
Mhm.
your brain functionality, and it really disables how you operate with people, how you connect with people. If you're in like sales,
Mhm.
how you connect with people in the sales world is important. I was in sales for a while, and I had the company that I was with. I've been away from them for over a year. And the other day, I was in medical sales, and one of our clients called me. I haven't been with this company for over a year, and so I sent that to the company that I used to work for and said, "Hey, this client reached out to me, and they're like, you're still getting referrals for us." And
Right.
to me, it was the thought that the reason that I think that worked is because the relational equity.
Yep.
But if I show up to something and my mind is jumbled and it's got all these things in it, then I'm not my best, and I can't be my best for you or
Yep.
for the company or the people that I'm working with. So writing it out is similar to, I say, if you are, when you get sick, like if you get a stomach bug, what you tend to want to, you want to throw up
Yeah.
all the stuff that's in you.
Yeah.
Mentally, it's the same game. It just is a lot easier to write it out. You're throwing up all
Yeah.
your thoughts and you're getting them on paper. Sometimes I have people that I coach or that I work with. I'll say, hey, I need you to write out all your thoughts in no particular order right now. And I'll have them do that. And then I'll come back and I'll say, now we're going to circle what we can control,
Mhm.
and we're not going to worry about what we can't control.
Yeah.
And this helps people identify that we have a lot of thoughts in our head that we can't even control.
Yeah.
And so it keeps us from showing up to our jobs, if we're
Yep.
leaving homes, our families, sporting events, whatever. It keeps us from showing up to those things not at 100% or our best. And so I just encourage people, writing is huge for me.
Exactly kind of like what I was even saying earlier. When people tell me and I take it on myself, because then they just threw it out to me. I'm their journal. I'm everybody's little journal.
Yeah.
Write it down on Jenny and I'll take care of it, because then you don't have to think about it anymore.
Right.
Same
And
kind of
so
thing. Get it out of your head. It's like, okay, it's not in my head anymore. Now I can focus on this. Yeah.
yeah, and I think what happens is when you take it out of your head and you put it on paper, it becomes an actualization to see it.
Yeah.
Oftentimes in our head, it can get filed. I look at our brain like a computer file. It gets filed in certain files.
Yeah.
And so now you get it on paper and you say, okay, what's most important and what can I control, and
Mhm.
what's least important, and really what can't I control?
Yep.
And most often our thoughts in our head, this honest to God, most of us tend to wrestle with the things that we can't control.
I know. Yep. So true.
Yeah.
And so we spend our lives running this race like in a hamster wheel, trying to fix things that we cannot control.
And to your point, if our mind is full of all these other applications, our mind is busy, we're not going to be present. We're not going to be effective in the only thing that we can be effective in now, which is now.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
Present moment awareness is what we're all striving for. Everything else is an illusion. This, past and future, and the way that our mind wants to kind of anticipation and memory. We live in anticipation and memory.
And you know what you can't control? You know what you can't control? The questions that are going to be on this Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Let's go.
Exactly. So everybody, this is what we're going to do. We've got a lot of smart folks in the audience. Mitch,
Yep.
are you good with trivia and that sort of thing?
I'll answer my best.
Okay.
That's all we ask of you, Mitch. Just answer your
That's
best.
right.
But
You don't have to be the best. You just got to give it.
We're going to work together. And Mitch and I are on a team. We're going to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. We can poll the audience as much as we want to, and we can figure this out. Jenny, Winny, give us a question.
I'm getting all set up here, Daniel. I was like,
Oh, okay.
Oh, serious.
Yeah. We're going right into it, Mitch.
Just saying. Okay. All righty, y'all. Here we go. Okay, let me be Regis for a second. Okay. Now, we're going to start off with just like 100. It starts off kind of easy. And really, honestly, all of them are just relative. I mean, they're in no particular order. Okay. You ready? Okay, I'm just saying. All right.
All right, you gonna read the question, Jenny?
A person with well-developed ab muscles is said to have a what? A family pack, a 12-pack, a 6-pack, or a 1-pack? Feel free to call a friend, Mitch, if you need to. It's fine.
Mitch, what do you think? I know you like to exercise. And I know you were a baller back in school. What is it that
I'm going to go with C with a 6-pack. Let's see what happens.
Final answer? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, final answer.
Yes.
Yeah. There it is. There's our victory.
Because I'm trying to look at the comments too, and so you're going to do the comments.
I'm looking at the comments, Jenny Winny.
Okay, my bad. All righty.
The fact that I got one, I'm winning. That's all.
You are winning.
I'm
winning too, Mitch. We're a team, remember?
Mitch, like you on your own, buddy.
If you
we are winning. My bad.
We are winning.
Y'all gonna split that $100, okay?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yep.
Ready.
Okay. Here we go. Which video game characters specialize in plumbing? Sonic and Tails, Sans and Papyrus, Mario and Luigi, or Mega Man and Samus? Samus.
I'm gonna take the talk here and say my thought goes to Mario and Luigi. I went to that movie here not too long ago, and Mario and Luigi they've got a plumbing business.
Final answer?
Yes.
Yes.
Final answer. I agree with you.
Let's go.
I mean, it's almost like y'all just went to school for this, okay?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Geniuses.
I'm feeling really super intelligent right now. I know we're not supposed to be like overly confident, but
Just so you know, the audience is like, yeah.
Oh yeah, Melissa and Joe, we appreciate you. Keep it coming, folks. If you're listening, we need your help. I'm sure they're going to get a little tougher. All right.
They will. You know what you do is you want people to feel good in the beginning.
No,
Yes,
that's
thank you. I appreciate that.
You're manipulating us, is what she's doing.
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what I'm doing. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Now, I know this is going to be kind of easy too, but Daniel, I'm not so sure for you. What sort of animal is in Disney's Dumbo? Just because I know you're not a movie watcher ever.
What sort of animal is in Disney's Dumbo? Of course, we have lion there. That's the Lion King, right? That's the Lion King. We've got a donkey. And who was the guy that played the donkey? He's got the great voice. That was Eddie Murphy, right? He played the donkey. You remember that? And then Panda, Kung Fu Panda. What's that? And then
Jack Black.
Yeah, that's right. And that was a good one. But I'm looking at D. Mitch, what do you think?
It's elephant. Definitely D.
D. Ooh.
Okay. Maybe I made
Look, we got double D's in the comments. Two D's in a row.
Okay. Oh, and it's right again. Okay. It's gonna get harder. Okay. I just, it was hard. Here we go. Who was not a character on the TV show Saved by the Bell? Zach Morris, Kelly Kapowski, Squelch, or AC Slater?
Oh, I know this one. And I know Mitch knows this one too, because I remember seeing a comment that he used to like Saved by the Bell.
I may or may not have seen that too.
All the time.
Dude, and you had the Zach Morris look too, man. You had the hair.
Okay, you know what? The reason that I just have to give a disclaimer. I did see that this was Mitch's favorite show when he was younger.
You loved it too, Jenny. You loved it.
Kidding? When I wake up in the morning, yeah, I loved it.
One of my favorite seasons is the Zack Attack, when he had his own band and they were like traveling around playing music. It was hilarious.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, just Google it. YouTube.
Was that the college
years?
Was it the college years?
No, it was before college years. They did so many things in there. College years were great too, though.
Yeah. Oh, it was all great. It was all
Now the guy we said Squelch. What was his real name? The guy, the nerdy
Screech.
Screech.
Great.
Yes.
Screech. Now he
Dustin
unfortunately
Diamond is his real name.
Austin Diamond. There you go.
Dustin.
Dustin.
Okay.
And he died.
Yes.
So sad. But okay, well.
Moving on to $500.
There we go. In which year did Hillary Clinton become the 67th Secretary of State? You're like, well, I like that Dumbo question. I really like
let's go back to Saved by the Bell.
No.
In what year did Hillary Clinton
become the
67th Secretary of State?
2003, 2006, 2009, 2012.
So Hillary was under what administration was she Secretary of State? Do we know that?
I do.
Okay, so let's think about it like this. In which year? So it's going to have to be, okay, so 90, wait a minute, 90, 94, 98, 2002, 2006.
I know, I'm like counting years in my head.
Okay, it's going to be 2006 is my answer is B, 2006. And here's my thinking. It says, in which year did Hillary Clinton become the 67th Secretary of State? So we know 1984 was an election year, 88 was an election year, 92 was an election year, 96, 2000. Wait a minute, did I get off somewhere? 2004, 2008, 2012. Okay, so there you go. You follow my logic there?
I got you. I think that's sound logic.
Okay, so we're going to get you. Let me just run it one more time. So it'll be 84, 88, 92, 96, 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012. So
is that your final answer, anybody?
I'm trying to think. Say we've got A, not 100%. I like C's. I mean, in which year did Hillary Clinton become the 6th? So I'm just trying to think how the years run, you know, if it's an election.
It doesn't necessarily have to be the year that it was an election.
Why not? That was when she would have become the Secretary of State, right?
Not necessarily.
I'm gonna say 2009 unless Mitch has got a different answer.
Man, I'm gonna just get on your wings and just fly with you on this and see what happens.
Come on, just give me a C. Give me that red that means good in this game. Give me the red. Boom.
Now.
Guess what's up? That's teamwork, baby.
And wait a minute. I just would like to say for Joe, I know you like the C's. And as I was looking, it just so happened that, you know, a lot of the C's answers were that is not the case. I just wanted to throw that out there. Do not rely on the power of the C. Okay.
Do not.
It's only when you're taking tests.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that was Obama, Daniel. 2009. She started with, anyway, I looked that up too. Okay. Here we go now. Here we go, kids. Y'all ready? Here we go.
Yep.
All right. Which of these athletes appeared on a Wheaties box most often? Tiger Woods, Pete Rose, Michael Jordan, or Bruce Jenner?
It's between A and C, I believe. I just don't know which one.
All right, let's get some comments. Let's get some thoughts here from the audience. Which of these athletes? Of course, Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, Bruce Jenner, and Pete Rose. So Pete Rose, no. Bruce Jenner, I'm sure back in the day, I'm sure he was on some boxes.
I think he was on it. I think he was on it once. The two, it's A between A and C, and I don't know which one's been featured the most.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Let's say that's a tough one there. Tiger, I agree with you. Between Tiger and Jordan. Okay, so Jordan was probably on there during the Olympic stuff, maybe the Dream Team stuff. I mean,
so appeared. So Jordan could have been on there with the Olympics team with Magic and Bird. So it's not. We're not talking standalone appearances.
Yeah, I like that. I like that logic.
So I mean,
I don't think we can go wrong with Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always going to pick him no matter what, just because I'm a fan.
Because he's awesome.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I forgot to highlight it. You were right, though.
Michael Jordan. No, hey, Jenny's producing this show, and so she's doing a fantastic job. Jenny,
Hey.
if it's Michael Jordan and we won, we're happy.
You're right. That's correct. You win that money, Daniel. It might be on the next slide. I did like these slides just kept running together. Okay. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's another C. Okay. It was another C. All right. Here we go.
There it is.
There it is. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Construction of which of these famous landmarks was completed first? The Empire State Building, the Eiffel Tower, Royal Albert Hall, or Big Ben Clock?
Okay. Empire State Building is in the state of New York City.
Yeah.
Royal Albert Hall, I'm not sure where that is. I don't know that I've ever heard of that.
Yeah.
Eiffel Tower is in Paris, right? And Big Ben Clock Tower is in London, correct? Okay, so which was around the longest? I'm not sure if I do not know.
Have you ever been to any of these places? Either of you?
No.
I think I went. I mean, I haven't been in the Empire State Building, but I have been to New York. I don't remember exactly being there. I don't think it's going to be Empire State Building. I think it's going to be between, and I'm not sure what Royal Albert Hall is.
Yeah,
So-
I'm the same way.
They were all running from y'all.
So Eiffel Tower or Big Ben Clock Tower. Do you know any of the story behind the Big Ben Clock Tower at all? I mean, I've just heard of it. I don't know much about it other than I've heard of it.
That's all. I'm with you. All I know about it is I've heard people talk about it. I couldn't tell you a single thing about it.
Yeah, and the Eiffel Tower, man, you would think that that's been there for a very long time. What is that? What is it made of? What construction material is the Eiffel Tower made out of? You know, maybe that would help us date it. That's just kind of some of my logic. Any ideas from the peanut gallery? Anybody out there have any ideas on this? Give us a little hint. This is why we need more people watching so we can get more comments.
We do.
We don't want to miss this one. We're trying to go to the top.
Y'all want to go with Michael Jordan on this?
Yeah, we want to go Jordan.
Yeah. Michael Jordan completed all of these landmarks by himself first.
I love the way.
I'm going to go with D. I see my dad has answered D, but that's where I was going. What do you think, Mitch? Do you have a problem, Big Ben Clock Tower?
Not at all. I trust my teammate.
You do?
Let's do it. Yep.
Mitch, you do?
Yeah. Let's go.
Go.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Okay.
That's right.
We need to do some I'm going to have to Google some of these things so I can actually flesh out the learning experience.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yep.
Here we go. In 1989, what group won the first Grammy Award for the best hard rock metal performance?
Ooh, this is a
Metallica.
tough one.
Living Colour, AC/DC, or Jethro Tull?
So we're going to go between A and C here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Living Color. I'm trying to remember who that was, but rock metal, 1989. Boy, that does feel like the heyday of both Metallica and AC/DC.
Well, and this was the first Grammy Award. You know what I mean?
I think
Category.
was AC/DC before Metallica, or
I think they've been around. I think they've been around long or longer than Metallica. I would say AC/DC has been around longer. That would be my guess.
Because I view Metallica like 90s, which is kind of my early 90s.
Yeah, that's what I always think of too. Mitch.
Yeah.
Like Inner Sandman kind of thing.
Yeah. I was always in the gym working out to that.
Mhm.
Now, who was Living Color? Do you remember who Living Color was, Mitch?
I don't.
They had some song. I mean, I don't think it's the answer, but I do think that Okay, so it's the first time they gave a Grammy award for rock metal. Is that? Am I reading that right, Jenny?
That's correct. That is correct. This was the first time I'm assuming that this category was even
a category.
Right.
Man, I was born in '83. My brother's 10 years older than me, and I would get in his car at around my kindergarten, first grade years.
Uh-huh.
And
These are the stories we love, Mitch. Go ahead.
Yeah, AC/DC was on tape deck. Like, and so yeah, I don't want to say AC/DC. I don't know. And when I think around '89, when I think around those times, he was rocking that a lot.
We're gonna go with Mitch and his gut, his instinct.
Okay.
We're going to go with C, AC/DC. Jethro Tull? Never heard of him.
Isn't that something?
Jethro
Tull. It was a good little trick. Throw Metallica and AC/DC in there.
Hey, listen. I was shocked. I had to go back and re-verify that.
Who is Jethro Tull?
I did not think of that. Maybe D.
Maybe D. As JT.
Jethro, although Metallica was there. That's what I'm saying. Okay, just in y'all's defense, I would have been on the same path that y'all were on. Okay.
Yeah, I still don't know who Jethro Tull is. So
yeah.
I know of it. I don't know if it's a he or if it's a band actually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like yeah, it's a rock band, and they sing.
Now, Mitch, when you guys before you give a sermon on a Sunday, do you what's your prep before you get up there and or maybe it's a speaking engagement? Do you have a song that you listen to? What gets you there?
If I'm going into like preach, it's pretty chilled. It's pretty laid back. Sometimes it's no lyrics because I will just listen to lyrics. So I have a lot of downloaded music that's no lyrics. And it's just calming. And really for a speaking engagement, I'll do similar. I may listen to some rap beforehand a speaking engagement. Yeah. I'm a big rap fan. So I'm like, I'll throw on some rap if I need to, especially for a speaking engagement, if I'm about to walk out to a group of leaders or a keynote to where there's people in the room that need to be pumped up, ready to roll. I got to get myself rolling.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. And just like you were saying, Mitch, this is funny because this is the kind of things that me and Daniel, before we used to show pictures and stuff, but to get we're getting to know people. So you said that story about, okay, you were, getting in the car with your brother. See, we can all, because Daniel and I, my older brother took us to school. We knew we were going to know every White Snake song. Okay. And I mean, he tortured us. He would slow all the way down. And it's like, and then it was, as soon as he sang, here I go again, he would laugh.
Oh,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
So we did that with the Vanilla Ice album.
Yeah.
On tape deck, we rocked that a lot. And then I went through I had a Discman or a Walkman. I had a Walkman, and if you wanted to hear a song, you'd have to you couldn't put on repeat. You had to fast forward it, flip the tape, put it back in, and put on your little fuzzy headphones.
That's old school.
I know, but you know what? It's like my daughter is 20. Okay, she has been begging for a Walkman. I said, "Oh my!" And they're so expensive now. But you know what? Ever since Guardians of the Galaxy. Dude, it's all back. It's back.
And that's a great album. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy music. It's a great soundtrack for a movie. Agreed.
Absolutely. Let's see. I want to see what Joe said. I think as we just ended the World Series, so 3 strikes and you're out in this millionaire version.
Yeah, so we got 1 strike.
But I'm from Texas, so we won. So I win. That's just how it goes.
Hey, it looks like it is. Absolutely. All right. Y'all are doing fabulous, by the way. Okay.
We've missed one. So
Yeah, okay. I'm not keeping score.
No.
Here we go. Which of these is a book of the Bible? Song of Saul, Song of Samson, Song of Samuel, Song of Solomon. No pressure, Mitch. You preaching, and you're like, turn to the Song of Samuel.
It's going to be D. And if you're a non-Bible person and you like literature that is, I'm just going to say like sexual by nature, then
That's
Song of Solomon is probably where you want to go.
Well, that's interesting.
He's right. It's literally like everything about the love of that he's feeling and the descriptive qualities of her beauty and
yeah, it's interesting. And what the parallelism is for it is really a parallelism of what scholars would say is actually a reflection of how Christ would love humanity, that he would give his life for humanity, and that this type of this type of thought process was a great picture of like, hey, this is his bride. He's going to give his life for his bride. He's going to love his bride. He's going to do all these things. And so anyway, side historical.
I'm learning something here.
Oh yeah. Cause I can remember the Song of Solomon. You're right. Everybody's like, ooh, that's got some, that's kind of.
I love how preachers never preach from it though, because they're scared of him. Like, you guys watch TV and everything else all the time.
Yeah. All righty.
Great.
Here we go.
16. 32.
Every great leader should show up to a meeting with 3 of these 4 things. Great outline.
This is funny.
Fix your face, eye contact, or posture. Now, I would like to say that the authority on this is so stated it. So there are 3 right.
Do I need to answer this?
You don't.
Okay.
Let me kind of talk it through. Every great leader should show up for a meeting with 3 or 4 things. What are they? A great outline, a fix your face, eye contact, posture. So eye contact, you meet somebody, you want to make a good impression.
There's 3 right answers.
Yeah, you want to make a good impression, so eye contact is there. Posture, that's probably there as well. A great outline, that could mean preparation, and fix your face means, in my mind, kind of you want to look as, you want to comb your hair, brush your teeth, this sort of thing. That being said, Mitch, which of these 4 out of the 4 is absolutely necessary?
C, B, and D.
Oh.
CB, a great outline. Got it.
So this I was just, maybe I was reading this profound, dear leader. Okay. And so Mitch had this post. And so I was going to ask you, this is what I was, okay. And this is what it said, that you should show up for a meeting with 3 of the, with these 3 things. Boom, boom, boom. Tell me, explain behind why those 3 things. Fix your face, eye contact, and posture.
One reason is because we only deliver about 30% of our message via words. That means 70% of it is communicated non-verbally. Yep. And so I think that you show up with your body language before you show up with a pen and a notebook. Mm-hmm. And most people would say, well, what does fix your face mean? I find it interesting. I'm in meetings often, and I love it when something is said in a meeting and I can tell whether people like it or dislike it by what happens on their face. Yep. And I've literally had to tell people on a team, hey, here are 3 things. Great job. Here's one thing I need you to do. Fix your face.
Fix your face.
And they're like, what? And I'm like, you liked everything, but the one thing you didn't like, you let everybody in the room know.
That's right. Yeah.
Not just me, or you let everybody know how you felt about a decision that was made, or
Statement, anything.
a statement, or where we were going with vision that you may not agree with. And so I think the fix your face thing, a fixed face communicates that I am in control
And I'm
of
listening.
myself,
Yes.
and I'm leaning in and I'm listening. And even if I disagree, I can have a conversation privately instead of showing everybody publicly that I don't like what they have to say.
Like rolling your, I get that makes so much sense, because there's so many people, and I'll say, you don't have to say anything for me to know how you feel about that one, or they're just like, that makes sense. Yeah, this was so. Just so y'all know that if you go to his LinkedIn page, he has these little dear leader things, and I mean, you should have seen me going down through those a little deep. But I mean, you know what? It's like they're practical things that it's not like it's like, but okay, yeah, you're right. Fix your face. If you're a leader, you're a great leader. It's like, number one, nobody will ever want to come to you and say anything again either. If you always have your face, yeah. Yep.
Absolutely. Well, and I think that we think that leading is showing up with a pen and paper, and that is, but that's the byproduct of having great eye contact, having a posture that's leaned in, and having a face that's ready to receive something that you may need to learn, know, or to perform.
Yep.
And so it's interesting to me, and I see it all the time. I watch sports. And one of the things when I watch sports is if there's a problem with a team, I look at the posture of the people on the bench, not the people playing, because the people on the bench will tell me what's going on for the entire team. So when somebody does something well and they're not getting playing time and they're not engaged in that person doing something well, they're letting me know they're not happy that they're not getting the time that they want. Yeah. And so I think that oftentimes you can read people this way, and you can read organizations this way, and you can read teams this way, just by how their expressions are shown in meetings together, all kinds of ways. But it's important to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made me think of college basketball season. It's the Sweet 16. The guys on the bench, man, they're into the game. That it doesn't matter. Yeah. It doesn't matter that they're not on the floor. They are celebrating. They're into every game, and it's that energy that we bring into a situation.
I like what Joe said here too. Come prepared is important, but people can sense your commitment if you are not in the present.
Absolutely.
Or like you say with the eye contact, if you're over there looking at something else while we're telling you stuff, it's like, they're not into this. They don't really care. That's not a good leader. Right.
Well, and I think that what we do is, I love it when we do this. We take our phones to a meeting. It could be a one-on-one or a group meeting. And we do this. We turn it this way and put it face down, as if to say you're important, but really what's important is still our phone, because it's usually in between us and the person.
Yep.
And it keeps us from naturally engaging with people. Like, I always thought growing up, so I grew up, I'm a fourth generation pastor's kid. So my dad was in our community a lot. And I can tell you right now, I don't remember probably a single one of my dad's messages he ever preached, because I was a teenager and a kid, and I slept in the pews most of the time. But I watched a lot of them, and I watched how he interacted with people. And what he taught me was more valuable than anybody could ever teach me in a marketing program or a sales program. And it was the value of how to engage with people by just eye contact, nonverbal communication, and showing up ready to basically make an impact in your meeting.
Yes.
And so I watched that play out a ton as a kid.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right, Jen, 64,000. We want to make it.
Here we go. All right, y'all.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go. Y'all are doing so good. How many years are in an eon? 1,000, 1 billion, 35, or 1 million?
eons ago, eons and eons and eons
Yeah,
ago.
I've heard the statement eons ago, but I don't know how many years it is.
Any ideas from the audience? I'm going to say, I'm thinking a million years.
That's
An
just
eon.
eons ago. That's 35 years ago.
35 years. Yeah, an eon. An eon. Eons and eons.
I just know it's a long time ago. I don't know the exact.
I don't either. I've never thought about it before.
Well, you know
I
what?
haven't either.
Here we go, because we're going to run out of time.
Yep. A billion.
It's a billion.
Wow.
It's a
Wow.
wait. Now we got comments. Wait a second.
Forever.
Nailed it.
I like that, Joe. Yeah.
Billion. Yes.
Leave,
Here we go.
leave it to Dad to know that one.
I know. Well, he knows everything. He's your dad. All right. Who was the first NFL player to answer, "I'm going to Disneyland," in the popular series of TV ads?
Ooh.
A, Joe Montana. B, Bill Sims. C, Marcus Allen. Or D, Doug Williams.
I have a guess. I'm going to wait and let Mitch say what he's thinking. And if we're on the same page, then we're rolling it.
This is kind of like the whole Michael Jordan thing, but I'm going to go with is it Joe Montana. It's
Joe Montana. That's who I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe Montana.
Oh, Phil Sims.
What? Boo.
You can't boo. There you
Yeah.
go.
Wow. That surprises me. Because I thought I remembered Joe Montana being.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's like, and now it's like we all just say that. It's like, oh, I'm going to Disney World, But yeah.
Good question. Good question. I like that one.
Okay, here we go.
250.
When you cut into an onion, what element causes it to smell?
I don't like the smell of onions, and I don't like the smell of sulfur. So it's just that's what I'm gonna go with. I don't know, but I'm gonna go with the D. I have no clue.
I'm gonna support my teammate and go with D as well.
Okay, I was looking at comments. I'm so sorry. And here we go.
Boom.
I really did not think that would be correct. When I was first looking at this, because I thought sulfur, you think of like rotten eggs, but
Right.
Okay, here we go. Oh, we're getting up there now.
Oh yeah.
Which of these lazy animals sleeps up to 22 hours a day? A lion, a koala, a copperhead, or a beagle?
B. Koala.
B, koala. I agree.
Now you're just showing off.
Let's
okay?
go.
Mitch, somebody likes to show off. They don't fix your face.
Get it,
Let's
Mitch.
go. It is. It's fixed in the right way. Smiles for getting it right.
I like it.
All right, here we go. Which of these historic meanies died from a nosebleed? Adolf Hitler, Marie Antoinette, Napoleon, or Attila the Hun?
Ooh. We know it's not A, and I don't believe it's C. Well.
A nosebleed. Adolf Hitler. No, not him.
No, I know it's not A.
Attila the Hun and Marie Antoinette, I don't know enough about. And Napoleon, I mean, he didn't die from a nosebleed. So I would say it was B or D.
Okay. Well, you got to choose one.
What do you think, Mitch? I mean, if you think Napoleon, I have watched some documentaries on Napoleon. I don't remember it being a nosebleed. He had, they put him out on an island by himself, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't think it's him. Watch us be right or be wrong, but let's go. I mean, let's go. I don't know enough about Attila the Hun, which makes me think that it's just going to be Attila the Hun.
Yeah.
Final
We're
answer?
going to go with it.
Let's go with
Final
it.
answer. Boom! Let's go!
Oh, I feel good, y'all. I can look y'all.
What's up, Mitch?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Now, Joe, I hope you're still out there. This next one, you're going to enjoy it. All right, here we go. From 1964 to 1985, who asked you not to squeeze the Charmin? Mr. Whipple, Mrs. Potts, Mr. Rogers, Mrs. Fields?
I'm going to make a funny comment just because I think it's great, but Mrs. Potts has got to talk about Charmin. I mean, process of elimination to all these people.
Absolutely. Whipple. Mr. Whipple.
Oh, is that what we're going with?
Well, I mean, it seems to be popular in the comments by two people that I trust.
Let's do it.
Joe and
I'm
Bill.
down. I just
say Whipple. So let's go with Whipple.
Hey!
Nice.
Oh, I feel like I just need to play the theme song.
Hey, great job, Mitch. I don't remember how we did overall. What did we miss? 2 questions.
I mean, I'm telling you what, y'all's process of elimination was pretty good. I was
That's kind of fun.
I know. Y'all were like, okay, I hate the way sulfur smells. I'm going with sulfur. I hate onions and sulfur.
Yeah.
Like scientific logic behind it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Joe thought that the questions were too easy.
Oh, well.
Well, Joe.
Listen, Joe, I'm not going to lie. I prefer it that way.
Yeah. It makes us look a little better.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that, it's like this is to prompt us getting to know things about you. Like, now we know some of the things that you are about, from where you came from, that kind of thing. So, I mean, to me, it's like, I love doing this. This is a great.
Absolutely.
What's next on your agenda, Mitch, as far as where you're going from here? I know you're doing you authored some type of leadership book, or tell us a little bit about that.
Oh,
Yeah. So I wrote a 20-day devotional called Lead Well. And it was this idea for people in the workplace to be able to pick up a book, read one page, ask some questions that connect with the page. It's chock full of stories from some of my childhood, and then some of just like, it's all from the context of spiritual growth. But I also think that for me, I'm finding in the space that I walk in, I'm walking with a lot of business leaders through that are faith driven, and they don't know how to make those two kind of connect. And so a lot of what I'm walking through with people right now is how to lead well. What does that look like for me on my faith side? And what does that look like for me on my business side? Mm-hmm. So I'm getting ready to launch at the beginning of the year. This is kind of new. I'm going to launch cohorts to where I help people on their business journey, or leaders. Like if you're an entrepreneur or a business leader, what I want to do is for 20 days, I want to create a framework where you get my book. We walk through it together in 20 days. And then I'm going to give you a framework of questions to ask yourself on how to develop and define the purpose that you're intended to live out with these 20 days and maybe perhaps your life. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm headed right now.
Now
Q4, so I'm trying to get all that together. Yeah, so I'll do it virtually via Zoom. I'll launch some stuff over the next couple of weeks about how it's going to work. I'll do it 10 people at a time. So we'll do it virtually. What'll happen is you pay set amount. I will send you my book. And for 20 days, what I help do is develop a framework of questions and devotional content that helps you as a faith-driven entrepreneur or business leader to lead well.
Nice.
That's the whole goal.
Nice.
Yeah, because it's like our friend Joe that's been on here. That's what he always talks about. We talk about like what is it, Daniel? Like artificial intelligence and emotional intelligence, and he talks about SI, spiritual intelligence.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm navigating that space more and more with a lot of SI, where people are trying to figure out, hey, what do I do with this? Because I think that for me in my context, I think that there is something to faith and work and faith and business, and that they can coexist. some people are just either scared or they're like, they separate them. And for me, what I say is they've got to be together.
Yeah.
And you don't have to blatantly say, if you don't do that, like there are ways that you can infuse your faith into how you do your work.
Yeah. It should be a reflection of who you are. It's like some people are like, oh, that's my Sunday person.
Yes. Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely.
Well, Mitch, I saw your content on LinkedIn. I said, I can't wait to talk to this person, meet this person. You're a breath of fresh air. You're motivating. You're inspiring. You help us all keep on track with your own message and kind of who you are. It comes across in your content. So appreciate you joining us today.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on. It's such an honor.
Yes,
absolutely.
So
all right. Well, have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. See you guys.
Bye-bye.